So since the previous Dreamcraft episode, I actually worked a bit on the farm here. But that's not the point of this episode. This video. It's not an episode, it's not a series. My base, okay. Yeah, we're talking about the farm I built. After the video got published, I got a lot of DMs on, not a lot, but a couple DMs on Discord asking, how did I build it? So I figured, I also built this part. I figured I'd show you guys, make a tutorial for this machine. Now the design isn't mine, so the guy, well, the guy whose design it is, I'll have a link to the video in the description. If you need a world download, that's where you go. But this will be a step-to-step guide on how to build it. How to build this design. I actually, there was a dropper tower over here that put droppers into a chest row there, but I figured that's not really necessary because I don't think we're gonna have that many roses, to be honest. So for the farm, I actually, let me clear that. I actually started off with taking the seed, putting it into a creative world here, and then world editing out the netherrack and stuff so I can see the bedrock ceiling. And then I just kind of flew about here looking for stuff. I can't actually see any in this case, this area, but basically take some. I just looked for a piece of bedrock chunk that was a 3 by 3 by 3 block of bedrock. This is needed to contain the wither, otherwise I haven't actually tested it with the 2 by 2, but do it with a world out of 3 by 3, and I tested it with like the end gateways that didn't contain them, so I'm pretty sure this wouldn't contain a 2 by 3 by 3 wouldn't contain them either. So I looked for a 3 by 3 by 3 chunk of bedrock in the ceiling in the nether. It can take some time. They are actually pretty common. Just sad that I didn't get one here. Maybe if I, that's hole there. Okay. That's also a hole. So we're gonna start off with the collection system. So we can start off with a wall and a piston like this. That'll be used later. We actually need just somewhere out here. It doesn't really matter where. And then we just have hoppers circulating like this. We also need a minecart with a hopper in it down there. And then we can just activate that wall. So there, it's all like in its loop, and the hopper's in the wall there. Okay, it already worked there. So now we'll start with laying out where everything goes. So we have 3 dispensers here, and we need 3 pistons pointing to the same block as the dispensers. Then down here we actually need 3 pistons there, and then over here we need 1 more there. And finally, the pistons actually come in contact with the soul sand first. Those 4 pistons. We're gonna start off on this lower section here, where we do a sort of V shape with blocks, and we have a redstone in there, and we come out another block there, another redstone block. Then we add 2 repeaters to this, Now if I just demonstrate with a redstone block here, that activates all these pistons. Then we continue on with a line of 2 there. And we need another piston here. And another piston facing that way. And we need a slime block. We place slime block and then a redstone block up there. And underneath the slime block, place a redstone block, one more underneath the slime block. And here we need a piston and a redstone block that actually updates it, so we can just place a block there, sorry. Then we'll place 2 more blocks, or actually 3, in a L pattern here, facing that direction. So repeater, sorry, there. 2 redstone blocks. Updates that again, so we can just update it back. Doesn't really matter right now, as long as we make sure the slime and the redstone block is by this piston at the end before we run the farm. It's fine. You don't have to worry where it is if you accidentally update something. Or off of this piston we run 3 blocks like this. 2 of those have redstone blocks and 1 repeater with a 3-tick delay. And after that we need to grab a stick piston here, place it on the repeater and 1 up, slime, and 2 redstone blocks like so. We actually place block between these 2 redstone blocks and 1 to the left with a redstone piece on it. We go in a V pattern again, repeater here, 1 block over and a redstone. Then on the same line the repeater's on, we place a torch. Then here we have sticky piston, normal piston. And then after that we need an observer. Or 2 actually, sorry. 1 observer facing this redstone and 1 looking at the observer. Over by this line we need another piston around this block that has a block there, and then we can run some redstone with these pistons. This goes down these 2 blocks to here. We also need a piston there and a sticky piston here, both of them with blocks on them. I'm sorry, this one needs a redstone block. Then we need a piece of redstone there. On the other side of this block, so this side, we actually need to ditch the full block and get a slab. And then we run it in a L shape, and we need the block again. Go up 1 with a sticky piston and block, and then we just put redstone on these. And then on these either blocks, which I have right now, you can also run droppers. So you need to have droppers facing into this dispenser, or you can have these blocks and the hoppers just going upwards if you've cleared enough bedrock for that. But either way, you need either droppers or normal blocks. I'll show with both. So get like this if it's droppers, otherwise blocks, but you need a redstone line through there either way. One little mistake I said about this one before, so it needs to be on 2, not 3. 2 delay. And then we actually need some soul sand in the system. If you're not sure how to place them, you can just place them in this line here, like by hand, and it'll push it in automatically. So you can just place it multiple times, so until you start seeing it come up there. Actually need more for the feet. There we go. Now it's ready. Or so yeah, it's that. So you just need to place 3 on these, 2 here, and 1 there. I'm pretty sure. All these. Now, as I said, you can have multiple types of inputs. The guy in the video had, let's see, a hopper line here going all across, and then a dropper elevator going down. With the amount of bedrock I deleted, I actually did a bit of a weird way. I built the droppers that go out, but I'm not actually like using it. I could actually just have some chests going up like this. But for some reason I didn't choose to do that on Dreamcraft. But it's up to you guys if you want the dropper line going into a dropper elevator and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to show you how to build it because you'll have to refer to the world download for that, which is there's a YouTube link in the description for it. So in a normal survival game, this is actually close enough to take damage from withers spawning in there. So I'd recommend extending it that direction. And I'll show you how to do this, because this is the maximum push limit, and you'll have to stand here, placing blocks in this one. Just see what it is. Let's actually break that again. So we need to find a better way to do this. So we can actually leave this piston. Let's grab some white concrete, redstone, repeater. We need a torch, sticky piston, and a normal piston that we already have. So a block on the side of the piston, 2 more blocks here, a block going under this soul sand line with a repeater on it so I can transfer it through. And here we have 2 blocks with this. And it's actually here we have a redstone torch that detects whenever there's a block there. So I'll update it. And then we need 2 more blocks up like this. So 1, 2. Here we do sticky piston and a normal piston to update it. Pretty instantaneous. So now it's either you just extend this line, however much you want. You can mirror or flip or would do whatever you want with this to extend it however far you want, preferably not with a outside of render distance, because that would be kind of weird. So I'm just gonna extend it this far. This should be far enough. So over here you could just go with a piston, a dropper, some observers, maybe a sticky piston to turn it on and off, the lever here. So all we really need is a piston that pushes soul sand, a dropper, and observers that can fire them both. So here it fires them both, and then to turn it off, all you really need to do is have a piston with a lever. You can just have something like that. But yeah, that's this circuit. It's all that really needed to push it. Yeah, that's basically it. You should be out of the blast zone by here. This will drop soul sand by you. I'd recommend actually putting like a trapdoor here somewhere to actually catch the soul sand so it doesn't like spew out everywhere, but that's your preference. You do what you want to do. So all you need is to match the amount of skulls in here. So if we have 53 skulls, we need 4 stacks. We need less than 4 stacks. So we need each stack to have 53 in them. Yeah, you need to do the same amount or lower. So if we do, I am doing all the wrong things right now. Let's see, let's grab some soul sand here, a stack. So if we have 53 skulls, everything below 54, so 53 and down, everything is below that is fine. So if we have 32 or if we have 2 stacks of soul sand, that's fine. We'll just get 32 stars, then we'll have 23 left. But if we go above and we have 54 or more, it'll break the system, it'll push the soul sand out, it'll just not be a fun time. Gonna add one last thing that's actually just there to ease the placement of it. The iron trapdoor there. That you can aim at while placing. There you go. All the withers spawn. Now you can see the wither, or the minecart looks like it's taking damage. That's fine, it doesn't actually take any damage. And we can see we get a bunch of stars. Yeah, that's the entire machine. Let's kill the withers here with 24 in there. That's the entire machine. If it breaks, it's pretty easy to fix. It's just removing the soul sand, and it should fix itself.